Hey everyone, welcome to class. I'm Allison Jane. Thanks for joining me today for practice. Today we're going to start standing, so please come to Tadasana. Tadasana is just the standing mountain pose. So you can bring the toes of your toes to touch and your heels behind the widest part of your feet. If that feels a little too intense, you can always just take your feet a fist distance apart and allow them to be directly underneath your hips. And then bring your palms to touch in front of heart center. Close the eyes. And just allow yourself to drop into present moment. Allow yourself to notice where the weight of your body is hanging out. Notice if you're in the toes, sort of leaning towards the front of your body, or if you're leaning towards the back of the body, hanging in the backs of the heels. Maybe even you're on the right foot more than the left. You can even feel yourself just kind of make a little circle with your energy, finding the center of your feet. And once you've found that center point, find stillness. And in your stillness, just allow yourself to place an intention on your practice. And it can be as simple as to make space for yourself in this time, or it can be something more grand. I'll offer you the intention. I stand in my truth. You can use that intention, or whichever intention you connect with, and just silently repeat that to yourself. Softly open the eyes. Feel as if your gaze could embrace the entire space in which you're practicing. It's almost as if you're seeing from the corners of your eyes all the way to the whole edge. Your focal point is just right in front of you, but you're seeing the whole while also remaining focused. And then just start to pour your weight into the left foot. We're going to move right into a balance, right into tree pose. And we're going to just hug the right knee in towards the chest. You can place your hands on your hips if you need a little bit of help with the balance. And then open your hip up, taking the knee out. Again, we don't want to swing over to one side. Keep both hip points facing the space in front of you. And then find placement of your foot, either on the calf or help it up to your thigh. Press your bent leg into your standing leg. Try to avoid the joint though, so we don't want to press the foot into the knee. And you can keep your hands on your hips or bring them back to heart center. And then maybe reach the arms up towards the sky, bringing forefinger and thumb to touch as you separate the arms. And here, by moving directly into a balancing posture, we allow ourselves to root, to connect, and to bring about focus in the body, this aspect of balance. So just notice the quality of your breathing. Imagine even you had some roots down on your left foot, growing down into the core of the earth. Fingertips are reaching up towards the sky. You feel your spine long. Your breath feels free and easy, perfectly in balance. Hands can come back to heart center. Hug the knee in towards the chest, and then place the sole of the foot down on the earth. Just swish your hips from side to side, kind of wiggle out anything that you might have collected, any tension. Bring the soles of your feet directly underneath your hips, and we'll start all over on the other side. So if you felt a little challenged with your balance, you have the option here to place the ball of your left foot on the earth and take your heel towards your shin, just giving yourself a little kickstand. If you'd like to, we're going to move into tree pose on the left side. So again, placing sole of the foot up against the calf. Maybe you want to help it up to the thigh, avoiding the knee. Ensure that the weight of your body is balanced over the center of your foot. Hands can come to heart center, hips. Maybe we reach them up towards the sky. Make space between the shoulders and the ears. Allow yourself to soften your joints. Right? We have the structure of our bones, the strength of the muscles, to hold ourselves. Allow yourself to loosen the joints, to make space where you can. You can even just give yourself a little wiggle. Come back to the breath, right? Allow the breath to be what guides you here. Soften the neck, soften the jaw. Hands come back to heart center. Hug the knee in towards the chest. Place sole of the foot down on the earth. Swish your hips once again from side to side. And then come back to your Tadasana pose. We're going to inhale, reach the arms up towards the sky. Pausing here. Hands can touch overhead, or you can feel as if you have a beach ball overhead, but we're squeezing the upper arms in towards the ears and then drop the shoulders down the back. So the arms are really active, fingertips are reaching up. And then on your next exhale, we're just going to fold forward. Reach the heart forward, hinge at the hips, hands come down towards the floor, bend your knees, crown of head drops down towards the earth. We're in a forward fold. I'm going to turn here, a little bit better visual. And then take your feet a little bit farther apart so they're directly underneath your hips. We're going to take opposite elbows here and just sway from side to side. Feel as if your low back was just having a little stretch here. Maybe you made some space in your back body. And then just swap the crossing of your elbows. Continue to carry the weight of your body over the center of your feet. And then just drop your hands down towards the earth. We're going to bend the knees, plant the hands on either side of your feet, and then just step back into a plank pose. Heart reaches forward, heels reach back. Lift the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Take your feet mat distance apart, and you can bend and straighten your knees. In this down dog, take a deep inhale through the nose, and then open the mouth and just sigh it out. Inhale through the nose and sigh it out, flutter out the lips. Just allow yourself to be really free with the breath here. Always using the breath as a tool to make space in your body. Inhale through the nose and then exhale, release. Walk your feet in so that they're hip distance apart. Hands are shoulder distance apart. Bend your knees if you need. Press down through forefinger and thumb. Carry the hips up towards the sky. Gaze is in between the thighs. Full, complete breath here. Allow yourself to inhale. Reach the right leg up and back. Coming to three-legged dog. Drop the left heel down towards the earth. Right toes are pointing down towards the earth. So we're not opening up the hip here, but keeping this neutral orientation of the right leg. And then allow yourself to step it forward in between your hands, just a little bit over towards the right. We're going to drop the left heel down towards the floor. Press into your feet. You can walk the hands up the thigh and then reach the arms up alongside the ears. We're in Warrior One. So here, ensure that your feet are on railroad tracks rather than a tightrope, and that the hips are pointing towards the space in front of you. Back foot is sealed down towards the mat. Right knee is reaching towards the space in front of you. We have 3 full, complete breaths here. Heart is reaching forward. And then gently reach the hands back down to frame the right foot. Come onto the ball of the left foot. And go ahead and step that left foot to meet the right. Inhale, come up to flat back. And then exhale, fold forward. Inhale, reach the arms around and up. So as if you're rooting down to rise up. Exhale, folding forward. Once again, leading with the heart. And then place your hands on either side of your foot and then just go ahead and step yourself back into plank pose. Heart reaches forward, feel as if the inner thighs are lifting up towards the sky. And then lift your hips up and back, downward facing dog once more. Adjust your stance if you need. Take a deep inhale through the nose. Exhale, release. Reach that left leg up and back. 3-legged dog. Again, left toes are pointing down towards the earth. Dropping the right heel down towards the floor. Step your left foot forward. In between your hands, a little left of center. Drop the right heel down towards the floor, setting yourself up for warrior one on this side. Virabhadrasana 1. Arms reach up alongside the ears. Establish your stance. Come into your warrior one. And then allow yourself to find this balance between effort and ease. Right, where can you create more space in your body? Where can you deepen the stretch or the posture, allowing yourself to create more tension so you have more strength building? We want to find, again, this balance. We don't want to be leaning into strain or hanging back, just sort of floating along. Hands come back down to frame. That left foot, spin onto the ball of the right foot. Gaze comes forward, and then just spring that right foot to meet the left. Inhale, come up, half lift. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, press down through your feet. Inhale, reach the arms up towards the sky. The gaze can come up towards the thumbs if the hands are touching. Exhale, folding forward. Moving on the breath. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold forward, plant your hands. We come right back into that plank pose. Pausing here. Lift the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Inhale through the nose. Exhale, sigh it out. Lift that right leg up and back. Step it forward in between your hands. A little right of center. We come back to this warrior one. Once again, so drop that left heel down towards the earth. Inhale, arms reach up alongside the ears. This time we're going to reach the hands back behind you, interlacing fingers behind the small of your back. If that feels a little too intense, you can always use a little, like a strap to just hold back behind you. Otherwise, catch hold of your hands. We're going to straighten the elbows any amount, reaching the sternum up towards the sky, and then fold forward. Hinging at the hips, coming into what's called humble warrior. Crown of head is dropping down towards the earth. Energize the knuckles up towards the sky. And then gently release, hands down towards the floor. Spin onto the ball of the right foot. We're going to plant the left hand on the mat, reach the right arm up towards the sky for a twisting lunge. And then from here, we're going to place the right hand down on the mat, step the left hand back, roll onto the outer edge of the foot, finding side plank. Drop the knee if you need. Lift the right leg if you like. Finding balance here. And then come down, plank pose. Lift the hips up and back. Downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg reaches up towards the sky. Step it forward in between your hands. Drop that right heel down. Take your time. Set up your warrior one. Adjust so that you feel strong in your stance. That you feel that you have your truth in this expression of warrior one. Release the hands to small of the back. Switch the interlace of your fingers. Grab hold of your strap if you need it. And then straighten the elbows any amount. Reach the heart up towards the sky. Exhale, fold forward. Now here, the torso is parallel to the floor, or it's to the inside of the left thigh. Try to avoid leaning onto your left thigh. We don't want to dump into the joints here, but rather use our legs to support us. Release your hands down towards floor. Spin onto ball of the right foot. Right hand stays on the mat, left arm reaches up. Gaze is up with the left thumb. Squeeze the inner thighs together. And then hand comes down towards the floor. We move to side plank. Stepping left leg back, rolling onto outer edge of the foot. Reach the arm up towards the sky. 3 breaths here. And then hand comes down towards the earth. Plank pose. Carry the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Drop your knees down towards the floor. And then we come to tabletop position. Reach the right leg back behind you. And then the left leg back behind you. Reach the right arm forward. Extended tabletop position. Just feel this extension here. as we are in opposition. And then we're going to take exhaling elbow to knee, scooping the belly. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, lengthen. Once more, elbow to knee. Inhale, lengthen. And then come back to your tabletop position. We're going to do the other side. Reach the right foot back behind you. Lift it up. Reach the left arm forward. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, lengthen. We're starting to activate the core. This will all make sense shortly. Inhale, lengthen and hold. Hand comes down, knee comes down. Curl the back toes under. Carry the hips up and back. Downward facing dog. Inhale, come forward into plank pose. So here, heart's reaching forward. Sit bones are in line with the hips. We're going to pour the weight now into the right foot. Lift the left leg up. Pour the weight into the left hand. Reach the right arm forward. Right? So we're in extended plank pose. And then go ahead and swap sides. Lift the right leg up. Take your time. And then reach the left arm forward. And then come on down. Lower onto your belly. Great work. Rest your cheek to one side. Arms come alongside the body. Swish your hips from side to side. And then take the forehead down to the mat. You're going to inhale, peel head, neck, and chest up off the mat. Lift the legs. Shalabhasana, locust pose. So here, fingertips are reaching towards the space behind you. Heart is reaching towards the space in front of you. Feel the pubic bone drop down towards the earth, activating the back muscles. And then lower down. Rest the opposite cheek to one side. Swish your hips from side to side. Let's do that again. Take forehead down towards the mat. Inhale, peel head, neck, and chest up off the mat. Lifting the feet from the inseams of the thigh. If you feel like you have the space, interlace the fingers. Take heels of the hands together. Gently start to straighten the elbows. Try not to lock into your elbows, but keep a gentle bend so that we're really activating the back body. Opening up the front body. Take any tension out of the jaw, out of the neck. Lift the corners of your mouth. And then lower down. And take hands alongside the breastbone. And then press yourself back into child's pose. Knees are going to be wide here, toes to touch. Seat comes towards the heels. And just take a couple of rounds of breath here. Breathing into the low back, breathing into the mid back. And then just wander your hands over toward the right. Tenting up your fingertips. Reaching the left sit bone towards the space behind you. Breathing into the left side of body. Feeling as if you could make space between each and every rib. And then walk your hands back to center. And then over toward the left. Lengthening the whole right side of body. Again, hugging that navel in towards the spine. Again, supporting that low back. So you never want to dump into the low back. Always allow yourself to feel as if you're making space in your low back. Making space between your ribs, between your shoulder and your ear. And then come on back to center. Curl the back toes under. We're going to come through tabletop position to downward facing dog. Reach the right leg up and back. Step it forward in between your hands. A little right of center. We're going to return to that warrior one. So left heel drops down towards the floor. Inhale, arms up alongside the ears. Start to straighten that front leg. Hop the back foot in just a hair. And then we have both feet facing towards the space in front of us. So the hips are oriented neutrally. Arms are up alongside the ears. Feel yourself squeeze the inner thighs together. And we're just going to hinge at the hips, taking the heart forward, forward, forward. And then pause here, so torso is parallel to the floor. If you have blocks or supports, Go ahead and place them directly underneath your shoulders. Hands can rest on those supports as you reach the heart forward. Now here, press into the right big toe and really energize that whole right leg as you lift the right kneecap, engaging your quad, and then allow yourself to round over, taking this into a forward fold. And then gently come back upright, bend your right knee, move any supports off to one side. We're gonna hop that left foot back, coming into a low runner's lunge. Place your hands down on the earth and then sweep the right leg up and back. Drop the right toes to the left heel and energize that heel down towards the floor. If you like, you're welcome to move through a flow here if you feel like that would give you some more energy. Otherwise, just stay in this down dog for a couple cycles of breath before we do the other side. Reach the left leg up and back. Step it forward in between your hands. A little little left of center. Set up for your warrior one once more. Arms are alongside the ears. And then straighten the front leg. Hop that back foot in the hair. Keeping the back foot at a 45-degree angle. And then arms are alongside the ears. And just hinge forward. Again, stopping, taking a pause when the torso is parallel to floor. Maybe placing the hands underneath the shoulders. Reach the sternum forward. Feel as if you're drawing that right butt cheek underneath your body. And then once we have this very active pyramid pose, allow yourself to round. Taking nose energetically down towards the knee. Maybe it actually makes it there. Wherever you are, just allow yourself a few rounds of breath. Full, complete breaths. Allowing yourself to be in this space of balance, this space of equal effort and ease. And then gently coming up, we're going to bend the front knee, move those props off to one side, place your hands down on the earth, again, coming through this low runner's lunge to your three-legged dog. Left toes drop down to the right heel. And you can pause here. If you want to move through a flow, by all means, please do. You can always just come to downward facing dog as well. We all meet in downward facing dog. And in your downward facing dog, go ahead and drop the knees down towards the earth. And then just take the seat towards the heels. We're going to go ahead and sit down on the bum. Extend the left leg out. Bring the sole of the right foot to the inner left thigh. We're just going to take the hands behind the body, gently twist so that the torso faces the left toes. Reach the heart forward, hinge forward, walking hands forward. And then allow the upper back to round. Come into Janu Shirsasana. And you can stay here if you like. You can reach that right arm to the outer edge of the left foot. You can even cross, taking the left hand to the inside of the left foot. Just rounding here, allowing the left kneecap to lift, left thigh bone to draw down towards the earth. So we're keeping some activity in that left leg. Just protecting all the ligaments and the joint. Full, complete breath. And then gently walk your hands back on top the thigh. We'll do the other side. Extend the right leg out in front of you. Bend that left knee in. Go ahead and open up the hip. If you need to, you can always place the support underneath your left knee. And then gently turn to face the right foot. And then again, hinging forward. So feel as if you're shining your heart towards your toes. And that's what leads the fold. then maybe you take your hands to your shins, your knees, your toes. And then from this active forward fold, allow yourself to round into this passive Janushirasana. And taking the left hand to the outside of the right foot, maybe crossing the right hand to the inside of the right foot. Just take several rounds of breath here. As we start to stretch the backs of the legs, we really allow ourselves to get into our roots, into the legs that connect us to this earth, allow us to walk through our lives. So just allow yourself to breathe and make space for the stretch in the backs of the hamstrings. This is where our fear gets trapped. So allow yourself to move from fear to presence, to truth, trusting your experience, trusting your own wisdom. And gently walk yourself on upright. We're going to bring the soles of the feet down towards the earth. Scoot your bum towards the front of the mat. Reach the hands forward. Roll onto your back. Here we're going to walk the feet in so they're directly underneath the knees. Hands come alongside the body. Press into your hands. Press into your feet as we come to bridge pose, lifting the hips up. And you're welcome to stay here. You can also walk the shoulders underneath the body, interlacing the fingers, and stay here, taking this into more of an back bend in the upper thoracic spine, squeezing the inner thighs together. Again, anywhere along this route, it's totally fine for you to pause and just focus on the breath. If you'd like to take this a little bit further, we're going to lift the right leg up towards the sky, carrying the weight into the left foot and into the upper arms. Drop that foot down towards the earth. Keep your hips level if you can. And then just lift the left leg up. Keep carrying the left hip up towards the sky. Right foot is parallel. And bring that foot back down towards the earth. And then if your arms are interlaced, gently release them. Lift your heels, roll down the spine. Knees just swish from side to side. You can even take your feet mat distance apart if that feels good for you. And then take the arms into a cactus shape or goal posts. Both shoulders are pressing into the earth. We're going to press into the feet, lift the hips up, shift them over toward the the right, drop them down, knees hugging towards chest, and then float over towards the left. So here we want to ensure that both shoulders are spaciously lying on the earth. If you need to, take a blanket or a block or any type of support underneath your knees. Then you place the left hand against the right knee, maybe even take the gaze over the right shoulder. If that feels a little too intense in your neck, keep the gaze looking up towards the sky. Just 3 full breaths here. And gently turn head to face up towards the sky. We're going to draw the knees back to center. Soles of the feet come back down. Swish the hips back in center line. And then we're going to carry hips up and over towards the left. Knees draw in and over toward right. Find length on both sides of waist. Arm arrangement as you see fit. So you can keep the arms in the goalpost. You can keep right hand on left knee. Keep the gaze as you see fit. And then close the eyes. And settle in for 3 to 5 cycles of breath. Always allowing yourself to focus on the wisdom and truth of your own existence, your own experience Each shape is created in your body for just you, and it's perfect in this moment in time. Gently draw the knees back to center. Place soles of the feet on the earth. Carry the hips back to center. And then we hug the knees in towards the chest, wrapping arms around the shins. Give yourself a hug, rocking from side to side. Reach through the thighs, catch hold of the outer edges of the feet, come to happy baby. Flex the feet up towards the ceiling. You can even straighten one leg at a time if that feels great. Maybe you straighten both legs. And then prepare for Shavasana. Doing any other postures you feel you need prior to closing out your practice. If you're ready, extend the legs. Feel flesh of the butt support the hip structure so the legs can roll open. We take the arms alongside the body, just press into the elbows. Gather the shoulders underneath the body, making some space between upper arms and rib cage. Give the head a little shake from side to side, resting on the occipital bone. Close the eyes. Feel the whole front of the body soften in towards the floor. Tap into your breath, allowing yourself to rest in the support of the earth, trusting that there's nothing left for you to do here. There's no doing, there's simply being. Being with your breath, being with your body, being with the thoughts that flow through your mind, just resting. You're welcome to stay here in this Shavasana for another 5, 10, even 15 minutes. Just allowing yourself to be rather than do. If you'd like to close out class with me, by all means, start to wiggle your fingers, deepen your breath, wiggle your toes. Just invite more prana, more life force into your body. And then inhale, reach the arms up towards the sky, into the space behind you. Lengthen the whole right side of the body. And then just lengthen the whole left side of the body. And then softly bend your knees, place soles of the feet on the earth, and then just roll over onto one side. Pause here in this fetal position. And just allow yourself to think of something that you're grateful for. It can be anything. And then gently, from this space and with this attitude and energy of gratitude, start to press yourself upright, coming to an easy seat. It can be one ankle in front of the other, one ankle on top of the other. Just whatever feels stable. Float your palms to touch in front of heart center. Keep the eyes closed, the gaze internal. Reconnect to that intention that you placed at the beginning of your practice. And if it's flown away, just come up with a new intention. It's okay. Allow yourself to re-relate to your intention. Noticing how your intention has shifted. Notice how your experience may have shifted in relationship to this intention. And softly just let it go out into the ether, almost as if you're just letting a wish go out into the sky. Softly open your eyes, feel yourself take in the whole space around you. Hari Om, Om Tat Sat. Thank you so much for letting me be your guide. Namaste.